Hi guys.
Hi.
We are both feeling a little bit
Knackered.
heat tired, I think, as much as anything, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing this in the afternoon. We normally try and do these in the morning when we're a little bit more awake.
Yeah.
But we've had a bit of a busy week with a couple of things that we've been doing. One in particular, obviously, you'll get to see in a moment.
Mm.
But yeah, so because we've been doing that, we've been flat out trying to get that kind of as completed as we can get it, really, for now, isn't it?
Yes. What you're talking about?
I have no idea. What am I talking about? Nobody knows what I'm
We're
talking
talking about the Boffice.
The Boffice.
Yes.
Yes.
Which will bring you up to date with that
Yeah.
shortly.
So we've basically been working pretty hard trying to get that as completed as we can do for the moment.
Yeah.
There's a couple of bits missing off it.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to that after you've watched it. So you're going to run VT?
No. First, I want to apologise for the video being late. I do try to get them out on Thursday night, Friday morning. But as Darren said, because it's been so busy this week.
I said I've been busy.
We've both been busy. Yeah, I haven't managed to get all the film done, and in fact this video we're now doing at Thursday at 5:45 in the evening.
You got to edit it, yeah?
And I've got to edit it, and I need to get a bit more footage to put in. So that's why I know it's going to be late, but hopefully it'll only be a few hours.
Yeah.
And I'll cut this out if it's not late.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So as we've been saying, we've been working on the Boffice, trying our hardest to get that ready for now.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say we are at the river again.
We're on location.
We are on location, yeah. So you're going to hear, probably just heard the frogs there, and possibly
there's a couple of turns around and
turns
bits
around.
and pieces. Yeah, he says some turns around.
Yeah, but we may be a bit distracted, but I'll edit that out. But we found a different way to get to the river through the fields from our house, a back way as such.
Yeah, it's better to park by the bridge, and it's quite a long walk.
I'm just not sure that our car's enjoying that, because after our trip, when we did the video last week when we were in the river paddling, oh yeah, we drove
That's
home.
only half of what was in it.
We drove home, and I'll do a close-up. Yes, when we drove home, the car told us that the tyre pressure wasn't correct. Bear in mind, this is a new car. We don't know it, and we've never had a car that actually tells you when the tyre pressure is wrong. So we had to try and find someone that can fix a tyre, because that was half of what was actually in the tyre.
It was kind of at a 45-degree angle, so it was twice as much, but it had gone in and kind of hooked in itself as well.
We haven't really explored the village as far as finding out what facilities. We've been to the shops. We go to the builders' merchants a lot, and we go to the grocery shop. But
there's a post office,
and there's a garage, and a vet, popular vet.
But what we didn't know about was
that there is actually a tyre man. Well, there's a tyre man in every village, to be fair.
Seems to be, yes.
Yeah. But we didn't know where he was anyway. We went to see this chap, Gancho, his name was.
Well, yeah.
We got his name from the garage opposite the road, opposite his house.
Yeah, it was the petrol station.
Yes. So he fixed it, and it was quite a bad, obviously, with that great big nail in it, it's going to be quite a bad.
Across as opposed to just straight through, which made the whole thing.
So it took what, an hour and a half, 2 hours to fix?
Yeah, probably. Good hour and a half, I reckon.
Yeah, and he spoke perfect English. He'd been to the UK. His wife spoke even better English.
Yeah. Yep, she'd been in the UK for 4 years, I think.
Yeah, and so for all that time, he didn't want to charge a stinky for it, did he?
Yeah, I said, how much? He said, oh. And I went, well, I've got to give you something.
Yeah.
You used your electric and everything else. So.
Yeah, and the time, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. And it was after 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
When it happened. So, by the time I got a hold of him, it was probably 6:30.
Yeah.
Before he'd even started doing anything.
So yeah, he fixed the puncture, took all that time doing it, a bad puncture, and he charged 10 leather.
Yep.
So
cost me
Yeah,
£10.
we're
But yeah,
chuffed.
really nice guy as well.
And
so,
it's
that
nice,
was good.
obviously, knowing there's an English-speaking person in the village,
Yeah.
isn't there?
Yeah. Funny enough, I was talking to his father-in-law, I think it was, and his father-in-law doesn't speak English, had been to the UK, was only there for about 3 months,
Yeah.
hated it because it rained and it was just grey.
Depends which time of year,
I said, was he in Wales?
so obviously,
But,
we know that those of you that are in the UK, we know you're having fantastic weather at the moment, which is just typical.
Well, it's just what they need as well, to be fair.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah,
We've
we're not
had
jealous
a
because
few
obviously
We've had a few poor years in the UK, so I
here.
did say it was due a good one. A COVID year, I said, but without the COVID.
yeah, but it has been really, really hot here. It's getting hotter day by day.
Yeah, so hot. We got in the car the other. We parked it up, came down to the river, went back to the car. It was 41 degrees
41
inside
degrees.
the car.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
warm.
That was really hot. But yeah, we're still managing with our frozen hot water bottles. We don't have
Yeah, we haven't
air
had them every
conditioning.
night. It's okay. It's hot. It's draining
Yeah.
hot, but it's still you're still able to get on with things. You just got to crack on and get on with it, haven't you?
Well, we've done
Which
a
is
lot.
what we've been doing.
We've done a lot more stuff in the house
We have had a week of inside the house, obviously doing the Boffice.
because
so.
luckily the garden has slowed down the growing of the grassy stuff. I mean, it's just like this really. It has slowed down a bit because you've only cut the grass once this week, haven't you? So on that note, I am going to show you a video, an update of stuff in our garden because I haven't done anything. We haven't shown anything on the garden for a while, have we? So
No, it's doing all right, isn't it?
yeah.
We were looking at it. Someone did ask specifically if we had any persimmon this year, and well, tons.
Well, you'll see on the video.
Yeah,
Yes, there
absolutely
is.
tons.
So Maria was asking about the garden, and I just wanted to show you the roses, Maria. We've got these tiny, weeny little ones. Look how big they are compared to my finger. And then we've got these slightly bigger ones right next to the little ones. We have some really straggly ones. I mean, we didn't actually prune any of the roses, so we just let them grow wild. So obviously that needs taking care of. We've got these roses. They're past their best at the moment, but what I wanted to show you, Maria, was the new lily that came out this morning. I don't know, in the UK these might be called daylilies. Our friend Karen gave us some of these as a gift, but these are extremely tall, so I'm not sure if they're the same, but or the cream ones have now died away, and we are left with these beautiful terracotta coloured lilies. I also wanted to show you the lavender, which the butterflies absolutely adore. It's huge. I've never had to look after lavender before this size. Normally I have potted plants of lavender and they usually die. There's a hummingbird hawk moth enjoying it there. Stunning. And yeah, the butterflies and the bees. Oh, love it. Here's the persimmon. There are tons and tons of fruit on the persimmon tree, as you can see. It's doing really well. And we've got 2 medlar pears. Lots and lots of fruit on the medlar trees. That's one, and the other one is over in that side of the garden. We allowed the garden to grow wild this year because we wanted to see what was going to grow in it. Loads of roses, but sadly most of them have gone off now. A couple of peonies, there's one there, and then there's one over there. We've got 3 apple trees, but we don't have a lot of apples this year. Yeah, there's a few apples, not many. Not as many as last year. I mean, there were tons last year. I don't think there's any on that one. The peach tree, I've been told, is dying. There are some peaches on there. They're right at the top, so they're not going to be easy for us to get, but they're worth trying to reach, that's for sure, because they're really delicious. Now I'd like to know, what are these really tall things? I've let them grow because I thought they might flower, and I checked on a phone app and it said they were a particular plant which I can't remember, so I allowed them to grow, but they just don't seem to be doing anything apart from growing taller and taller, which is really annoying. Yeah, we've got lots of big roses, little roses, but many weeds, lots of weeds, but unfortunately we don't know plants too well. I know that's definitely a weed, and I have taken some out. In fact, I did 2 hours of weeding the other day, but you wouldn't know it because it's so overgrown. Apparently this is a pomegranate tree. It's looking very green and bushy. We don't know if any pomegranates will come from it. Never ever had a pomegranate tree before, so it's quite exciting. What will happen, I don't know. I can't see any fruit, but apparently there was a lot of frost and snow just before we came this year, so a lot of the trees are not fruiting, which is such a shame. Raspberries are getting bigger. There's not very many, probably because I haven't watered it, and they probably do need some water now. It's been quite dry for a couple of weeks, so yeah, if anyone can tell me, do I need to water them during dry spells? I don't know. It's possibly too late now. And the gooseberries are much bigger now. And look at the colour, that beautiful colour red. There's still some white ones. Loads there. I did taste one the other day, it was quite sour, and Darren tasted one yesterday, it was still sour, so we're not going to be able to make a gooseberry jam anytime soon, but yeah, that's because we haven't looked after these. Oh, I can see a big spider. I didn't know what they were until Darren cut down the garden earlier in the year, and then we realised we had gooseberries, so yeah, that big spider. Oh, it's just jumped. I'm really chuffed because I've been able to make some compost. I've never made compost before. I've attempted to make it in the past, but I've never been successful. Normally it goes all smelly and mouldy and horrible, but that's in Wales where it's much wetter normally. So this has been going for about 6-7 weeks. It's all nicely broken down, mixture of grass clippings, some soil, I keep watering it, and kitchen waste, vegetables and tea bags mostly. Babies in there. So I'm starting a fresh pile now because that one's really well broken down now. So I'm starting a fresh pile over on that side because I'm going to need a lot, I think. Anyway, so that's my success for compost. I'm really excited about that. I mean, it's all stuff that we don't actually eat. I mean, we like to eat plums and apples, bananas. We haven't got a banana tree. We haven't got a banana tree though, but yeah, maybe we could get one. No. But yeah, so all the stuff that's growing is stuff that we wouldn't ordinarily eat. So
choose.
It's going to be. I
don't think it would be top of your list of choice.
No, it wouldn't. But it's going to be interesting.
Jujube or jujube or however it's pronounced.
Yeah, I don't. And the medlar pear. I don't know what to do.
Even the persimmon. You know, there's only certain things you can do with them, I believe. We would definitely have more plum, apple, and peach and things like that. Which is what we'll
buy some trees in the autumn. Yeah, we'll plant some in the autumn when the weather's wetter, cooler, damper,
and it's ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have discussed that, haven't we? Get about a dozen.
Definitely,
trees.
We want to have like a little orchard. So. Yeah. There's an update there on the garden, which we decided to not grow anything this year.
Yeah, the plan was this. It was always going to be left this year, wasn't it? We'll just maintain it, but we wanted to see what was going to grow up that would already been planted and
Yeah.
whatever. There's no point digging everything up and assuming everything's a weed when something might come up and flower lovely.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're trying to see what's there, what plants are actually working as such.
But I can see we've got a lot of weeds.
But yeah, we've had a lot of lilies come through lately, haven't we?
Yeah.
The white ones, and now you've got the orange ones coming through. That's probably their technical name, orange ones.
I don't know. I'm hoping someone will say what they are. 'Cause I think
So,
they might be daylilies, but they're much taller than the
Oh, okay.
daylilies we had in the UK.
That's just
So-
day and a half.
Day and a half. Yeah. Day and night lilies.
Dead half lilies.
Yeah.
So we kind of already made our minds up to leave it this year, and then we'll get
Because
to
we
it properly
knew we'd be so
again in the autumn.
because we knew we'd be so busy with the house, so
Yeah.
we thought we'll concentrate more on the house than on the garden and just try and maintain it, and let's see what's there.
Yeah, it's
So that's what we've
and
done.
it's going okay. Everything to some extent is going
Yeah.
to plan, kind
Kind of.
of at the moment. Having said we've not done anything in the garden, but you have really, haven't you?
Oh yeah. Yes.
You
Well,
have.
kind of.
You
Yeah.
have. It's in the
Well, I did
garden.
some DIY.
You did a
See,
bit.
right. Okay, so the next video that we're going to show is of Darren coming up with this plan, this master plan that he saw on social media the night before, and he thought, oh, that would be a good idea for Nikki.
Oh, I've got some wood.
Uh,
Nikki, I'd enjoy doing that.
But the thing is, what Darren does know, and it's a bit naughty really, is that I'm not an arty farty. I'm not an arty crafty person, not at all.
No, she's not arty or crafty.
Yeah, I like doing DIY, but for some reason using a screwdriver, an electric screwdriver, really annoys me. And Darren also knows this. And in fact, he doesn't even know why it happens to me. Do you?
No.
But basically, when I use an electric screwdriver and it goes into the screw head, it slips. For some reason, it slips and it misses the
I did
head.
change the head for you on this
Yeah,
occasion.
that did seem to
but,
work.
Yeah, you just do it anyway. You seem to get it at a funny angle and it never goes in straight.
So
and
why
flat,
he
so-
chose this particular project for me, I don't know. But anyway, he thought it would be a good idea. So we're going to show you what it was that I made. Yeah,
And how much you enjoyed doing it.
it was all right. In the end, yes,
I
I
think-
admit, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see about that. See what people think. I think it was pretty good. I think
Well-
I thought it was a pretty cool idea, and I think it turned out pretty cool in the end.
I agree, totally.
Yeah.
It's just getting
And-
me to do it was a really bad idea.
It was. You were so up for it and
Yeah.
excited and keen.
I was really keen when I saw it finished. It was lovely. So Darren decided it would be a good idea for me to build something. Basically, he wants me to do a tyre planter. He knows I hate screwing with a screwdriver because for some reason this screwdriver always slips off the screws. So it really annoys me. So he set this task up, which involves lots of screwing. So apparently all I've got to do is screw 2 screws, table's wobbly, into these lumps of wood. So there's the first one in. First of all. Oh, why does my screw come out my hole? Oh yeah, I'm really liking this look. See if that will fit in there. This is going to be good. How do you make it go in? Do you push it up from the top? Like that?
No, you don't. You do whatever you want.
Huh?
Do whatever you want.
Don't you do it this way?
Not
Why
normally.
did you let me do it then?
I don't normally do it that way. That's a long way away.
It is.
That's it.
It's quite stuck.
I don't just tap it to the side.
I won't do it.
It won't. Just have to line it.
No. Tap the bottom.
Kind of like that.
Tap the bottom and the top, top comes out.
Yeah.
Tap the top and the bottom comes out. liking it now. What's wrong with your mallet? Did you give me the dodgy one? You gave me the dodgy one. So I just need a sliver.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a project for me.
You might enjoy it.
Right. What am I doing?
Now what you're going to do is you're going to take these pieces of wood that I've cut for you, ready, and you're going to put them on the side like that.
Right.
And 2 screws each, 1, 2, to each one. I'll put the next one up right next to it. Okay.
Okay.
There's some screws. There's a screwdriver. Yep. You're good to go.
Oh, I hate this. God, this is not what I enjoy doing, okay? Give me a paintbrush any day, any time. Give me a spade. Give me a pair of pruning shears. But don't give me a bloody electric screwdriver.
So, what do you think? Considering that you weren't overly keen to start off with, that should say is an understatement.
I love it.
Yeah?
It wasn't that I wasn't keen with this. I didn't know what I was making, and I don't like doing this type of thing
See?
generally.
But was it worth it?
But do I love it? Yes, I love it.
It's well cool.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
So that needs redoing. The take one needs redoing, but I'll let you do that. I don't mind doing all the painting. I don't mind doing the burning and the painting, the staining rather, everything else, just not the screwing.
It was just
I hate doing
something
the
I
screwing.
thought you'd enjoy doing for the garden.
Yeah.
That was all.
How wrong were you?
I could never have been more wrong, could I? No.
Darren, I want to
What?
ask you something. You know, I know you've been really tired because we've been working really hard lately.
Yes.
But last night, when I was talking to you, I noticed that you kept on yawning a lot. I mean, more than normal, and I've not noticed that before. So are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, but I wasn't yawning.
You definitely were yawning.
I was not. I was trying to get a bloody word in edgeways. Looks like I'm yawning. I'm just trying to get something out. Pointless.
He made me do that. We're going to play the video for the Boffice now. We're possibly not going to keep it that name, are we?
No, we've had a...
We've had a change of heart about it because when you see it, I think you might understand why. But
I think it's just down to it's too early to decide exactly what we want. We've changed our mind on a lot of things, haven't we?
Yes.
But the one thing we're going to agree on totally is that we're really, really pleased with the way it's turned out.
We are. Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lush.
It's been worth it. We've had a couple of niggly days where we've been a bit cranky with each other.
Yeah, because we've been tired.
But it's because we've been tired. We desperately wanted to try and get this as done the best we can. Can't do the floor yet because laminate needs doing
throughout the house, and we want to have all the
There's
same
no
colour.
point just buying some for this, and I don't want to buy as much as we need for the house because I don't know where I'm going to put it.
No.
I've got enough stuff to keep moving around
Exactly.
without that. So for the moment, with the floors left sort of chipboarded, ready for laminating, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not finished. We've still got to put a door on there for the bathroom.
Yeah.
But we're really
It
pleased.
is the one room in the house that's 99.9% done.
Yeah,
isn't
probably
it?
95%.
95%. It's not. It's just the floor and the door.
The floor and the door.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
it?
all that needs
But
doing.
yeah, it's pretty. We're pretty pleased with it, really.
Yeah,
The way
I'm
it's come
chuffed.
out.
I'm well pleased. Not much action going on, is there?
No. Well, I've got a little strike, so you get the camera up.
Lots of just looking.
So I'm just making my bits. I'm filling in these little bits where the plasterboard was. So I'm just making sure everything's right. It's going to go in like that. And then I've got some pre-made, obviously, shop bought.
That was expensive.
In fairness, yeah, exactly. So in fairness, I could do instead of here. So that's going to go on. Just cut to size around the edge, and then there'll be a bit of beading put in, a bit of perspex that we've got to go in there, and then I'll finish off the frame the other side.
So you taped this morning?
I've taped it already.
Tape. And what are you doing now?
I'm attempted to fill bits and pieces, so
Let's have a look.
basically fill in the holes. I don't
right, okay.
technically need to cover these, but it's practice.
Yeah, probably.
Because obviously there's a lot of gloss around on it. Just trying to get rid of some of these lines now. I think I'll get a little bit better out of it. It's still not brilliant, but yeah, it's getting there. It's making a difference as well. If you have a quick look on the other side, because I've done that one already.
Okay. Let's have a look.
You can see that most of the tape now is completely gone. I'm a bit happier with the instruments themselves, so to speak. So a little bit.
The tools.
The tools, is it?
Is this for the window frame?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I needed. That's what I needed. So that's about a third of that. That was a piece short.
Right.
So I basically just made a piece.
Out of tongue and groove.
Yeah, a bit of the old tongue and groove.
Which is cheaper than buying it
Normal wood.
off the shelf. Normal wood off the shelf.
Yeah, I just keep adapting what I've got. Making little bits, you can join them together to make a bit of a plank, glue it together, which I've done for one of the other window frames.
So Darren has built a frame around the loft hatch. It's rough, but it does a job, and once it's painted up, it'll look good. Yeah, I'm happy with it.
It's cleaned up, it'll be fine.
Yeah. And I think now you're working on the frame, are you?
Yeah, just the frame. I've done this, the other side's done the way I wanted it, but just needed filling and painting.
Yeah. So you're doing the same as that on the other side, yeah?
No, I'm planning on doing this one slightly different. So
Okay. Apparently, he says that mitering. Is that what it is?
That's what I'm going to do on this side.
Okay. So mitering, though, he feels is old-fashioned.
Yeah.
And he's taken inspiration from a window here in Bulgaria for all his window designs.
Yeah, for future going forward, yep.
Yes.
I reckon that as long as I make them slightly better than the example I've seen down the road,
Just slightly.
Yep. Then you can't complain. We're doing the Boffice, and I made a nice little thing with Nikki. I don't know if she's shown it before, but it just goes on the top of the ladder like that. Put a paint on it. So yeah, so Nikki's just been painting just over there. Look, there's Nikki.
Hello.
But we nearly had a complete disaster.
We had a disaster.
That tip of paint there, which is quite big, was on the top of the ladder. Nikki came down to do that. I said, I'll move the ladder. Thought I could move it with the paint on it. Unfortunately, I put my hand on the little shelf and the weight of it just tipped it to one side. So Nikki's got it over her leg, over her shorts. It's all over the ladder, it's all over the floor.
What am I going to do, paint the floor?
So that's a good idea.
It's all over the ladder?
Yeah, it looked lovely. Wasn't a plan for today, but yeah, so Nikki will be doing this until the rest of that paint's finished.
It'll dry up before then. I'm going to go and wash my shorts and my top.
What do you need to do that for? I tell you, that was close. You were nearly absolutely covered in that.
Is there any on my head?
No. Well, it looks like it, but that's just grey hair. Yeah, it does. Looks like it.
Nearly finished, Aaron.
No, it's just paint.
That's the worst thing. I'm nearly finished.
I know. Sorry.
Aren't at all. Liar.
Oops. Incidentally, one of the reasons we're sat here on location is obviously it's really nice. The
near our village
really
Riviera.
nice. It's not too far from the village, but we have driven this time.
Yeah.
Well,
you can't really walk with all the equipment.
Every time we come down here, we keep seeing some cool things. So
Some
we see,
cool things.
well, we have. You've seen something different, don't we?
No, we have.
So we're seeing the things like the bee eaters and the roller and the oriole and stuff like that, which is the hoopoes.
Stop.
Yeah. But we've also seen a fox, which we nearly walked into, a beaver, that just suddenly floated down the river while we were sat on the bank.
Yeah, and I straight away I went beaver, and then I was like, really? Is that really a beaver?
And it was, yes. I got a photo of the log.
Yeah, we think there's a we think there was a deer running around as well.
You do. I thought it was another fox, but
Could have been a boar.
Could be anything. To be
Could have been a
honest.
wild
It
boar.
moved pretty quickly, disappeared. But we've also
Like
seen a
the
few birds of prey. So we've seen a Levant sparrowhawk. We've seen the black kite around here as well.
What did we see yesterday?
What did we see yesterday? Can you remember?
Honey buzzard.
A honey buzzard.
Yeah, honey buzzard.
That was pretty damn cool as well. Tons of storks now.
Yeah, we've seen the Levant sparrowhawk a couple of times now, haven't we?
There's San Martins, obviously warblers and terns and oyster catchers.
There's loads down there.
There's so
Absolutely
much down
loads,
there. But
yeah.
but yeah, most days we've been down here, we've seen something different, which has been pretty cool. So yeah, we like coming down here.
We do, but it's difficult to actually get down to the river, apart from the bit where we were paddling last week, which was really cool. It's quite hard to
we need to
actually
probably explore the other bank.
Yeah, we need to go on the other side, don't we? Yeah,
but
definitely.
today we just wanted to try and find somewhere, a little bit of shade for us, so we could do this. Show a bit of the scenery behind us, which is obviously the Maritza River, and yeah,
And chill.
It's nice, isn't it?
And
We've
I
had
might
our coffee.
might have a little sleep.
Obviously. Well, I think we should probably go for a little walk.
Go for a walk,
Freshen ourselves up
and then we'll
before
go
we
home and have our outside shower.
Yeah, we still use our outside shower. It's still working at the moment. I've had to rope it back up, but it's still working.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as we said, boiling hot shower, boiling hot weather. Just what you need.
Yeah. Yeah, we've actually had to put the showers into the shade sort of later on in the day because they just
Too
get
hot.
so hot. The water's just
It's too
burning.
hot.
I mean, scalding hot.
Yeah,
It's
I
been on
agree.
a couple of occasions,
I agree.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And to be honest, really hot water on sunburn.
On sunburn, yeah.
It's
You
not-
were walking
not
around the
ideal.
garden without a top on the other day,
I
and you got
was a bit,
sunburned
yeah.
straight away.
I was a bit. Really then, on that note?
Yeah.
So guys, wherever you are, whatever you're doing,
Take care.
keep smiling.
Bye for now. Bye.